This one's going to be interesting. What's up, everybody? What's up, Brandy? Brandy's back for another episode. Sorry to interrupt you. 12 weeks, prego.
Almost 13.
Almost 13. Excuse me. I stand corrected. How's it going?
Good.
Let's give the world an update on almost 13 weeks, prego. There's a lot to discuss. There's a lot of updates in your life.
Like what?
You just got your braces off yesterday. Yeah. That's a big deal. You're not 13 anymore.
I know. It still feels weird. I still keep thinking I'm forgetting my rubber bands or something and like feeling around for broken pieces. It's weird.
Yeah, well, I won't get punched in the face at dinner anymore because a rubber band like popped inside your mouth or something.
Oh, yeah, I won't miss that.
But you look lovely.
Thank you.
I know you're excited. 2.5 years she had braces on. It was a long time coming. You were super excited yesterday. Came in here like super smiley.
Was that yesterday?
No, it was 2 days ago.
Okay.
Tuesday, right?
Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah. Super smiley. And the kids, what did the kids, they were like, said something about a bunny rabbit called you
They
bunny.
said I look like a bunny now.
You're like, do I have buck teeth? And I was like, no, you're just walking around with like, look at my teeth, like showing those teeth off. All excited. Anyways, that's exciting news. How's life been treating you here for the last, well, we found out you were pregnant at what, 5 or 6 weeks?
4 weeks.
4 weeks.
Gosh.
I don't know anything about anything. Obviously. Yeah. That's why I keep you
4
around.
weeks exactly, we found out. And then at about 6 weeks is when it all went downhill. And I just started feeling terrible.
I know you've been lazy as hell, not doing anything around the house.
I literally.
I'm just kidding. Don't punch me.
Haven't been able to get out of bed for 2 months. It's been fun. But I am starting to feel better though. I'm right at this second trimester.
All right. Well, let's back up. For people who are listening, let's just try to cover some ground on how you've been feeling. Let's update people who might be curious, who might be maybe just behind you. They just found out they're pregnant. They just found the podcast. What can they expect? What's up in Brandy's world?
Well, obviously it's different for everybody. And it was very different this time for me than it was the first two. With Cameron and Kendall, I did feel nauseous most of the time. And I know I was really tired with Cameron. But I don't know if that's just because I was working full time or what. But this time has been like literally like I haven't been able to get out of bed some days. Like I just don't even know what happened. And I don't know if it's because I'm, 7 years older than I was the last time I was pregnant, but
you're borderline geriatric. Just kidding. So geriatric pregnancy is what age?
35.
Oh, you're right there.
I'm right there.
You're right there.
Well, no, I just turned 34, so
you're right.
I still have
there.
a little.
You're going to be giving birth in a geriatric situation. No, you won't.
No, I'll still be 34.
Oh, yeah. You're good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Old lady.
But yeah, it's just been like right about 6 weeks and I'm like almost 13 now. So it's been 7 weeks of just like pure exhaustion and nausea.
Yeah, you haven't really gotten sick and thrown up.
No, I haven't thrown up, but everything's made me I just feel nauseous all the time. And nothing helps. Literally nothing helps.
You have like cravings for very specific things, and then once you get them, you don't want them. Yeah. Or you'll take like a bite of it and be like, this is disgusting.
Well, like today, me and the kids ordered wild wings, 30 wings.
Wild wings?
5 different flavors.
This is terrible.
And before they even came, I was like...
Back to the wings. We just put that vlog out today. Talk about some wings. You got.
But you know why I ordered the wings? Because I watched that video, and I was like, I want some wings. And the kids like wings, so.
That is so funny.
Yeah, but they weren't that good. But it's fine.
Of course not. Have you ever had good food there?
Yes, I have actually. I don't know why you hate Wild Wings so much.
I'm not a fan.
You used to be.
Of Wild Wings?
Yeah.
When?
Well, maybe the bar.
Yeah, that's beer. That's not food.
You go there all the time.
Yeah, well, when the place was good, like decent, like place, it's like going downhill. And yeah, I used to go to the bar there. Like Dave Rice was the bartender, and I wasn't there every day. You make me sound like that was the weekend spot, man. Yeah. Back in my heyday. That was before Brandy.
We went to the bar there a couple times.
Yeah, we did.
In the couple months before I got pregnant.
So I've spent the last 6 weeks or so continuing to shove a camera in your face.
Yeah.
How exciting!
And I've literally felt my most disgusting in the past 6 weeks than I ever have.
You're gonna thank me so much later for it.
I
though.
know.
You're gonna be like, I'm so glad we have these
I know.
videos.
I know I'll be thankful for it later, but.
And I'm like, some of them I haven't even shown her. I just like finish editing them. I put them on YouTube and I stuff her in the thumbnail.
I look terrible in all the thumbnails. Like,
but
I don't know
that's
what
the point. The point, well, it's not to make you look terrible. The point is we have to make it interesting. Like this most recent one, I needed you to look mad and upset with me. So it was like, I was like, I'm not going to get away with this or whatever the title was. Or I'm not getting, anyways, whatever the title was. But like the videos with you in the thumbnail do better than the ones without you in the thumbnail. So I'm just saying.
Well, next time I'm requesting a cuter picture in the thumbnail.
You won't let me take a picture, so I just have to grab screenshots.
Now I will, maybe. I'm feeling a little better, so.
Yeah. But see, every time I'm like, hey, I need to take a picture, you're like, ugh.
Yeah, but you
I have to get out of
don't
bed.
give me notice. Like, you call me and, and while I'm laying in bed feeling terrible and want me to get up and do my hair and like get all cute and come take a picture.
Listen,
it's just
lights,
not.
camera, action. You know what I'm saying? I just make it easy for you, and I just take a screenshot. It's like authentic from the video. Because half the time I don't know what the video is going to be about or the title of it. And then I'm like desperate for a thumbnail and I've got to get it uploaded so I can move on to the next one. So, that's what you get. But the ones that do well are the ones that like make me sound like an idiot. And you look pissed at me. Like the one when we went on vacation to, what was the...
Jekyll Island.
Jekyll Island. I was like, I should have given her more credit. And you were like, yeah, MFer, like in the thumbnail. So, I just make myself look like an idiot, make you sound awesome. And I just have to use your pretty face because no one's going to click on it with my pretty face. I mean, my ugly face. So here we are. You get to be the star of the thumbnails.
Cool. Always wanted to be one of those.
YouTube's so hard like that. Anyway,
but I'll talk about one symptom I didn't have with the other two unless I just suppressed it and don't remember. But I had like really bad cramps like the whole first trimester. Not like really, really, really bad. Nothing concerning, but definitely like I always had cramps.
Now, is this the same cramps that you mentioned in the last podcast you were on where you said that it was like an incredible pain?
No. No, it wasn't anything like, no, that would be concerning because I don't think it's supposed to be like that. But
right. You just had that like that one time that you said you weren't even sure.
That's the only time that ever happened.
But
yeah, it was.
Okay.
But that was the only time that happened. But just like a dull, aching, just like cramp, like all the time. Now it's not so bad anymore. I don't really get those as much anymore. But for a few weeks it was, and it kind of like freaked me out because I never had that before. But I mean, I didn't have anything weird going on, so it wasn't like I didn't need to call the doctor or anything. But yeah, that was one thing I never experienced before that I remember. So.
Sorry, I was just looking. I was looking at what you posted on Instagram earlier because I thought it was something funny, so I was trying to bring it up. He said it's my third pregnancy. Is it a third pregnancy thing, or am I just old or something? This has been rough. You always incorporate some funny animal thing into everything you do, whether it's a cat, a dog, a lizard, a donkey. This girl trying to get me to buy donkeys.
No, today. I'm trying to get you to buy a house with property so I can go get the donkeys myself and bring them home.
Plural.
Well, you don't want them to be lonely. Donkeys are super chill and like easy.
Let's talk about Brandy. Let's give them background on Brandy. Brandy was born and raised here, Hilton Head. Really kind of spent some early years on Defusky Island, which is like a remote island from where we live that you have to like take a boat to get to, and it's pretty island life, Mom.
Really like third world.
It's a bit third world rundown. Like there's like 2 paved roads on the whole island. And it's a very funky, really cool like spot. Like a lot of it, there's some people who go there, celebrities who go there, buy a house there to like get away from the world and be like remote from people and places and stuff. Anyways, so you moved to the island at a young age, spent a lot of time here, and you Tell them about your childhood, just bouncing around the marina, which is
Yeah.
really interesting because both of our parents were around that marina like our whole
Yeah.
childhoods, and it's very possible that we've crossed paths as children.
Oh yeah,
at
I
some
was
point
always
in
at the
time.
marina because we lived in the neighborhood like right next to the Palmetto Bay, and my dad and mom had a sailboat that they chartered out.
Tell them about the sailboat. It's
Catskill.
not just a sailboat. This has got some history.
Yeah, a Catskill.
I think it's super rad.
It is cool. I wish you could have seen it.
I know.
I don't want to cry though.
Well, don't
so-
cry. Just tell them about your dad built the
Yeah.
boat himself.
Yeah, I think he started when he was 26. He started building it in Tampa. He'd never even been on a boat or even knew anything about sailing, but he just decided one day he wanted to build a sailboat and sail around the
He's
world.
such a like funky, quirky dude.
Yeah, and when he wants to do something, he just does it. Like he doesn't think about it. So he's like, I'm going to build a sailboat. So he
And it's not just a little sailboat. How big is it?
58 feet. Yeah. And so he bought some plans with probably scraped together whatever money he had, bought some plans, and then, he revised it and made it his own. And then
Oh, he makes everything his own.
yeah. So it took him about 10 years, and my mom came into the picture a few years after he started building it. And so she helped. And then, my grandfather helped build it, and
Yeah, a lot
some
of people
my dad's
pitched in.
best friends helped a little bit here and there, and my aunt and uncle helped at one point. So it was really cool. It was like a family built boat, and
And it's
yeah.
made out of ferro cement, which is like the craziest thing to me that like, oh, I'm going to make a sailboat out of cement. Like,
Yeah.
doesn't that mean it's just going to sink straight to the bottom? It's so interesting.
yeah.
But it's cool because it's like not going to rot out. Well, it's sunk now, but
Well, it didn't really sink when it eventually. So they sailed up and down like the East Coast.
yeah.
And then I think like 1984. Well, no, they were on their way to the Virgin Islands, which is where the boat ended up in its final days. But that's where my dad always wanted to go. And they were on their way to St. Thomas. And then my mom got really sick. She had she had to have like emergency surgery on like her ovary or something. And then so they turned around. She had the surgery, and then she ended up I think she ended up getting pregnant with me. Didn't even realize that she could because she just had like issues. And anyway, so that kind of halted all their plans. They ended up in Hilton Head, no, Defusky. And then I think that was in 1985 because I would have been, yeah. Because I was born in 86. So anyway, yeah. So then the boat was here for 20 years. And then my dad left in 1999 to finally go back to the Virgin Islands where he's always wanted to go. And
Sailed the boat there.
sailed the
ended
boat
up
there. Yeah, it took him 15 days. And he got there July 4th, 1999. And then my sister and I spent every single summer down there. St. John was like our second home. And anyway, my
Living
Dad-
on the boat.
yeah, we lived on the boat. And then my dad married a woman a couple years after he moved down there. And she had a horse farm, and we worked there. And that's where I fell in love with donkeys.
Brandy used to hitchhike around St. John
Yeah.
and ride donkeys around. That's how she got around town. She'd like hitch a ride on a donkey.
My sister and I were the donkey girls.
The donkey girls.
No, we would ride the donkeys from the horse farm to the store to get like snacks and stuff.
You just pick up like a random donkey off the side of the street.
No, they were Dana's donkeys.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like,
Timmy and Pepe. Timmy
I've heard
was
this.
my donkey. Pepe was Jamie's. And we would just throw a bridle on him and ride him down the street like bareback. And you get a little stick and you whip them in the ass and they just like take off. It was so much fun. Well, because it's not fun riding a donkey like when they're just walking because they're so slow.
Yeah.
So you got to like, we were nice. Not like
Giddy
we
up.
were beating them or anything, but like, just like tickling their butt and they would.
Tickle.
Anyway, I was just thinking about asking my dad the other day. I was like, do you think Timmy and Pepe are still alive? And we're like, I don't know. And so I Googled it, and they live like they can live into their 30s. So they should still be alive because.
I've been wanting to go down there and like go see St. John the way you've seen. Like I've been
Yeah.
there before. We had like a family reunion on St. Thomas. So Nana had it at a condo on St. Thomas. It's so funny how our lives have been so
I know
parallel.
it is kind of weird.
Now that I really
Yeah.
like connect those dots. I've never really thought about it like that. Like our lives are so parallel and so different though. It's so interesting. But like anyway, so Nana had that condo down there. So we did a big family reunion. I was young. I was probably like 12, maybe. You wouldn't have been down there at the time.
No, I started going down in 99. So.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. This was probably early, mid 90s. Anyways, whatever it was, doesn't matter now. But but I do recall like taking a ferry over to St. John for like an afternoon or a day or something. And then we took the ferry back to St. Thomas but I remember being there. So
it's so beautiful.
I would love to go
so
experience it like from you who I'm sure it's after spending every summer there for 10 years or something, you're sort of like a local, if you will. Like, your way around.
Everybody knew my sister and I, and like we were just, we were there every summer.
Right. So it'd be cool to go experience it sort of through your eyes. And I was really hoping before the boat wasn't in the picture to be able to like go stay on the boat, help your dad. Because your dad ultimately sort of not abandoned the boat, but he, it went through... He ended up having to come back here because he had some health issues and had doctors to see and all this kind of stuff, and sort of not abandoned.
Yeah, the healthcare down there is not the best.
Isn't it great? So he was like, came back here for a little while, left the boat there, was going to go back. He went back, check on the boat a few times.
Went back and forth for a while.
Yeah, and then a hurricane came.
Hurricane Earl actually that's when we first started dating, 2010. Because you're the first person I called when
that happened.
Yeah. And it demasted the boat, which, is not the end of the world, but it was, a problem. And so I think he went down. I couldn't go because I was pregnant. I found out I was pregnant, so I couldn't go and help with anything. But my dad and sister went down and tied up the mast and kind of fixed things up a little bit. But it got pretty bad after that. And then,
the condition of the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, because no one was on it. No one was taking care of anything.
People were living on it. And but then, then some, there's a lot of homeless people down there. So, they saw the boat abandoned. So they just, people were just kind of living on it and stealing stuff. Like all my dad's solar panels got stolen, the wind generator, anything worth anything. I think someone stole the steering wheel too.
Oh yeah, you told me that.
Yeah. So.
I was really bummed that I didn't get to experience the boat or see it, and it was very much in my plans in my head. At some point we were going to be able to go down there.
Yeah, we wanted to bring it.
We wanted it. We looked at options of trying to get it on a cargo ship and get it, or some sort of boat and get it brought back, because it couldn't get here under its own power.
No, there was
no doing that. So it was like, how do you transport a 60-foot sailboat from the islands to here? That's a big undertaking. So it just became sort of impractical. I was like, all right, well, maybe at some point we can go down there for a few weeks during a summer and stay on it or stay nearby and be able to work on it and fix it and get it back to a decent, reasonable condition to be able to do something with it. And then more time passed and it just wasn't practical, and more kids.
And then Hurricane Irma took care of that for us.
Yeah. So what happened there?
Well,
again, tell everyone.
Hurricane Irma was, I think, category. It was Category 5 for sure, but it was 185 miles per hour, something like that. Literally destroyed the island, and literally every single boat that was in Coral Bay where my dad's boat was on the beach. I think there was 2 or 3 boats left on the moorings, which is amazing. I don't know how that happened, but they were just piled, and everyone we knew down there, lost everything.
Yeah,
so it's it was hard. That was so devastating though. I just was so upset. I still get upset about it, but just, I don't know. Just
well,
sad.
And you're it's so funny because you're such an investigator, journalist type.
Oh yeah. I was looking at the helicopter pictures, satellite pictures for just days. Cause I was just hoping my dad's boat was one of the ones left on the mooring. Cause there was a boat that looked like it could be a cat scrin, but it wasn't close enough to tell. And then I had my dad looking me.
I think this is it.
My dad and I kept going back and forth, and then eventually he was like, "No, that's not a cat scrin." And then he called me one day. He's like, "I found it," and I was like, "Where?" He's, it was up on the beach. We saw from a satellite picture, and then I could tell because the boat literally looked exactly like it looked when my dad first started building it. It was stripped of literally everything but the cement. It was crazy. But this, it probably could have still floated, but it just
it wasn't worth salvaging.
There was just
no and not
even that, there was just no way. I mean, it had been sitting down there abandoned essentially for almost 10 years. There was no like insurance or like registry. Like it was just like a boat sitting there.
Yeah,
So it's like there was no way to say like, that's our boat. You know, I just don't, it was just complicated. So, and my dad was at the point where he's
not in a condition to be able to go down
he
there.
Just doesn't want,
it.
I think he just got to a point where he was like ready to let it go. Like, cause I know it was hard for him, like, but he's not one to like sit around and cry about anything. So he's just like, it is what it is. Like we couldn't do anything. And I think he was ready to get that off his shoulders. And even me, like sometimes, like I remember before the boat was gone, nights, you know, there'd be storming, even here or whatever. I'd lay in bed and think about, what if it's storming down there? Are the hatches closed? Is someone on the boat? Is someone, you know?
It was always in the back.
I was always just thinking about the boat, like worried about it, even though there was nothing I could do about it. I was just always thinking about it. So it was almost like
it was a
little bit of a relief
to close that chapter,
to close it. Yeah,
I mean, not have to worry about it.
It sucked. It was really, really,
I know,
really
there was
sad.
I remember plenty of conversations and worries because you're obsessed with hurricanes. You track every hurricane around the freaking world during her. She gets so excited for hurricane season. I
just like the whole tracking, and I don't know. It's just ever since I was a kid, but you know, we live on the coast, so it's always been a thing.
Yeah. But she's obsessed.
Oh, and I would get so.
And she gets like right now, like yesterday, she has a chart plotter thing that's dry erase, and she has dry erase marker, and she plots everything, and there's lines all over it. And then like she's like crazy during like when there's this active storm out there making any type of way anywhere, she's like refreshing her screen every 5.5 seconds. And then she didn't have her phone, and then we're in the grocery store, she's like, give me your phone for a second. She's like on the weather thing. And I mean, so it's really funny, but your instincts and your gut is always so accurate most of the time. I mean, a lot of it's unpredictable, and there's things that you can try to predict, but you're like, I think this is going to do that. And you're always on top of it. And we always know about it before anyone else because, you know, like no one's reporting
Everyone
about it.
waits for me to call them. They're like, I don't even pay attention to the weather.
You're now the go-to person.
To
and then, you know, once things like start, it's like, oh man, this thing's actually might be coming this way. And then I start getting all, hey, what's Brandy say about this? Hey, what's Brandy got going? You know, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, but when you're actually affected by like a hurricane like that, deal. It's hard not to.
It keeps me on my toes because I'm always in the back of my head when you're talking about storms coming certain ways, or, you know, now I'm more aware of it, and I'm like, okay, hurricane season's coming. I'm going to go ahead and prep stuff. I'm going to like crank up the chainsaws, make sure they work properly, because a lot of the issues we have here are the number of trees and trees falling and blocking roads and coming through houses and yada, yada, yada. So I'm like, we got 2 chainsaws. So I go through, I'm like, okay, these are all working. Everything's good. Chains are right tensions. Like I can grab one of these and cut a tree up if I need to. I'm good there. Generator. Okay, let's crank this up. Let's make sure there's good gas in it. Do we have extra gas for the generator and the chainsaws? Do I have oil for the chainsaws? Do I, you know, so I start going through sort of my hurricane prep stuff before everyone's panicking, because the local news is like, there's a hurricane coming, and everybody runs and they buy all the gas and toilet paper. Probably this year now will be a thing. Yeah. Although we're at the end of hurricane season, so there's a couple storms.
You know what I was thinking? No.
Well, what was it? So did it actually follow through that this year was like the most active year for hurricanes in some whatever period of time?
If you count the number of storms, oh yeah. I mean, crazy. Like even more. I think 2005 is the one they always compare it to. That's the same year as Hurricane Katrina, I think. But apparently that was like a super busy year too. I was in college, so I was not paying attention back then. Like, but I do remember being in college, and I remember Hurricane Katrina.
At the beginning of this year when they were like, there's going to be exponentially more hurricanes this year, or storms.
It was, but like a lot of the storms were very like minimal, like tropical storms or like smaller hurricanes, and a lot of them, you know, didn't affect anybody, but a lot of them did. Actually, the most intense storms were like the Greek alphabet storms this year, which was really crazy. Like this last one. Oh, and this is really crazy, which you probably don't know because you didn't pay attention, but the last 2 Greek alphabet storms this year, I think Eta and Iota, if I'm saying that right, literally hit the exact same spot in Nicaragua.
Oh, that's right.
Like 15 miles apart.
That's the same spot.
Eta was a category 4.
Can't hit something 15 miles apart.
Iota was a 5. That was the first category 5 of this year. So that's why people are saying like, well, you know, it was like a very busy season, but if you look at the ACE indexes, which they always like go by, that's like the accumulated cyclonic energy or something, which is based on like how strong the storm is and how long it lasts, I think. The ACE index is like average. Now, I don't know after these last two storms. I haven't really been paying attention to that. But prior to that, it was very average or even below because the storms weren't like super strong. Now, I know people in Louisiana would argue because Louisiana got struck like 4 times.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
Yeah, geographically, all this obviously differs to based on where you're at.
Yeah, and I mean, when you think about like Hilton Head and Hurricane Matthew was only a 1. People keep saying 2, but I think the strongest winds found on Hilton Head were like 80 something. That's a category 1. So could you imagine like what that did here as a 1? Like if we got anything stronger than that? I mean, I just can't.
Was that last year the hurricane just sat on top of like, was that the Bahamas? It just sat there for like days.
Dorian, yeah, because we had to evacuate for that, even though we really didn't need to evacuate, but we did.
We did.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
That was crazy.
We haven't had any close calls this year, right?
No, that one when we were in Jekyll Island. Let me see if I can remember how to say it.
There was some
Isaias or something.
Yeah, I can't remember now. Something funky.
Yeah, but we didn't really get anything from that.
Brandy asked me, Travis, she said, you know, these are the hurricane names this year. Which one do you think is going to cause us trouble? And one of the hurricane names this year was Nana.
But we didn't get it. We didn't.
No, but that was the one I was like, if anybody's going to cause trouble, it's going to be Nana. And we didn't get any of that.
Yeah, I always think about too with the cat screen and stuff and how we wanted to bring her back. I mean, we were talking about it prior to even Hurricane Matthew. But then I was thinking like, what if we had brought her back somehow, but then Matthew came and like, what if, you know, we went through all of that and then we couldn't have done it. I mean, that boat would have been sitting in our yard or something. Like there's no way unless you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just kind of crazy to think about it that way too. So I think everything kind of happens for a reason. And
yeah.
You know.
Any storms out there right now that I need to know about?
No. I think
Or anyone else?
We're good.
When's the actual official end of hurricane season?
The 30th.
Of this month?
Yeah.
That's like 2 weeks.
But it doesn't mean it can't happen. I mean, I think there's
don't
been
tell
storms
me.
after that, but
yeah, well, they
it's not
told
gonna be
Alex
like
he
a-
wasn't going to have babies, and we know how that went. So, doesn't mean it can't happen.
This podcast has literally been not about the first trimester.
Well, it started that way, and then I went off something else. Anyways.
But donkeys.
Oh yeah, donkeys.
Yeah.
She's trying to convince me I need donkeys. I'm not for the donkeys. I'm not for any more.
Like you don't even understand. You can listen. A horse. I would never own a horse because they're way too much work
and expensive.
And they scare me. Actually, I worked at the horse farm, and every close call I ever had with literally getting killed was with a horse. Like that, you know, they kick, they bite, like all the things, and they get sick so easily, like colic, and you just have to be extremely careful feeding a horse. Anyway, and every time I get on a horse, it takes off with me. Like I'm okay if a donkey does that because they don't go that fast. And you're lower to the ground, so you can jump off a donkey if you need to. But I would not jump off a horse. You know what I mean? Anyway, the first time I ever got on a horse down in St. John, it took off with me and went into the water.
Trying to drown you.
It scared the crap out of me. Anyway, I think it just traumatized me. So I'm not. I mean, horses are cute, but I wouldn't want to own one. They're just too much work. But a donkey, you can just like let it graze. It can't really get
too,
colic.
They're hard to like move around, transport. You gotta have like a horse trailer.
Well, they're high
Throw
maintenance.
a donkey in the back of a pickup truck.
Yeah, donkeys are super easy. They're chill. Like, yeah, they'll kick at you, but it's not going to hurt like it would if a horse kicked you. I mean,
I don't want to get kicked by a donkey.
I've been kicked by a donkey. It's not that bad. I mean, they do. I mean, it hurts, but it's not like it's not going to kill you.
No, I'm good on that.
But
I'll donkey punch it.
I've been nipped by a donkey, you know, but like it's not like.
I just love them so much.
I do.
They're so cute. Cuddly.
And all you do is throw a bridle on them. They can carry half their body weight. Like a horse, I think, can only carry a quarter of its body weight.
Which is mind blowing to me that they can't carry more.
Well,
than
they're
that.
just, you know, you got to be careful. And donkeys don't need shoes. Horses need shoes. Like, you know, horse we couldn't just leave for a few days and like see you later, horse. But a donkey, like it can graze. You can leave some food out. It's not going to get.
See, this is where we have a problem. Like we have a dog already enough that's like a pain in the
But Hans the problem with Hans is we only have one person that can watch him.
I know,
or two.
Like,
but a donkey, like anybody, Travis would totally come feed the donkeys.
he's like, yeah, right. He'd probably just like send a picture and be like, "Yep, Timmy's still alive."
But like the kids could ride the donkeys. Like it's just so fun. They're just so cute.
Gosh, I have to start a petting zoo just to pay for them. It's like $5.
No, I bet you they're not. Well, I don't know. I've never actually owned one. I've just I never actually paid for a donkey.
That house you're looking at that has that property. I wonder if the POA allows it.
Well, they better. They allow horses.
Oh.
Why would you discriminate against the donkey?
Hey, I mean, they discriminate against dogs. Like, oh, no, German Shepherd can't have one of those here. Pit Bull can't have one of those here.
I'm just saying. My life would be, I would never complain about anything ever again if I had a donkey. It would make me so happy.
Yeah, right. All you wanted was another baby. How's that going? I feel like shit. This sucks. I'd be so happy if I just had another one. Oh my goodness. I just want a donkey. I'll be so happy for the rest of my life. Well, I want 2 donkeys.
They're just so cute. I just can't. Like, they're just so cute.
You lost your mind.
But I don't want a mini donkey. I want a legit donkey so I can ride it.
What's up with all the mini? There was a mini something that I saw recently. I was like, they do mini those too? I don't remember what it was though. There's like miniature horses and mini ponies and mini pigs.
They're cute. Oh, I would love a mini pig too.
My favorite. Well, that might say my favorite. The funniest thing are the people that get sold that it's like a miniature animal and then it grows into like a full size animal they have. And they're like, what the hell do I do with this thing now? You know, it's like, God, that's breeding problems in America. Crazy. Mini, that's what I'm talking about, dude. Yo, if you
have one, we have Packy.
No, that's a cat.
No, he's like a tiger.
I want a tiger. Like, listen, if you get donkeys, I want a tiger. I'm going Joe
whatever.
Exotic.
That's fine.
Maybe that's a bad thing. I shouldn't have said that. Maybe tigers are cool as crap.
As long as it doesn't chase my donkey, it's fine.
They'd be best friends. I could ride my tiger. I'd ride my tiger to the store. I keep looking off in the distance if anybody's watching this on YouTube because my kids are here and they're standing outside the door. It's a glass door and like making funny faces and being goofballs. And that's funny. Probably doing stuff they're not supposed to do out there. Anyways, second trimester's coming in hot, starting to feel better. And
I feel less exhausted all the time. Good. I still feel nauseous every day, but not as consistently either. So I do think I'm getting better, you know. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, I'm telling you, I would put Kendall on her Zoom call and then go lay down and then just keep one ear open and just listen, make sure she's doing what she's supposed to. And then, you know, just yell from the bedroom like, okay, you need to log on to this time. Okay, you need to log on to this time. And just like lay there all day. It's depressing, actually.
I was put to work as a servant many, many nights.
Yeah, I mean.
I'm okay with that. Because me getting you a glass of water or juice or getting you some random food item that you need is way easier than growing a baby.
Yes, I agree.
The kids, I don't think completely fully understand that concept. Remember, I had to have a sit down with them at dinner and I was like, girls, listen.
They're not being as nice as they were in the beginning. I think they're getting sick of it.
Taking advantage of you not being quite as feeling quite as good. Well,
I mean, they still help me out, like if I ask them to get something, but Cameron definitely rolls her eyes more.
I had to have a sit down with them because they were getting wild and crazy and taking full advantage of you being in bed or whatever and just wrecking their rooms and not listening and misbehaving.
Not doing schoolwork.
Not doing their schoolwork and do all these things. So I had to like, girls, do you remember what's going on? Like, mommy's growing a baby. And they were like, huh? I'm like, yeah, what do you think's happening? There's a baby in her belly and it's growing and it takes a lot of energy for mommy's body to do that. It makes her very sick. It makes her very tired. Like we really need to all help mommy the very best we can yada, yada, yada. And I think by the end of that, they finally got it. But it was funny when I was like, there's a baby growing in mommy's belly, and Kendall in particular. Huh? She's making the face right now. It's funny. That was hilarious. I'm like, yeah, what do you think is going on?
Gosh. I keep telling him, like, mommy's going to feel better soon. I won't be as boring. Like, I know I'm not fun to be around. Like, I know that.
You're not?
And I keep telling them, like, it'll get better. It'll get better. And just to be patient.
Hold your breath, kids. I'm going to be a nicer mommy. Just kidding. Ay, caramba. Holidays are coming up. Are you excited? What are you getting me for Christmas?
I don't know. You haven't sent me the list. I sent you a list.
I'll get on that.
Or maybe you just buy your stuff and I'll buy mine.
That's boring. That's what we do. We're the worst gift givers ever. Are we not?
Well, I literally get so annoyed at all the stupid Instagram gift guides for men because literally nothing on that I would ever buy you because none of it you would ever even use. And anything that you like, you already buy yourself, or it's just something I literally don't understand at all.
Yeah.
Like gun stuff or,
I'm very particular. When I buy things, I'm very particular about what I buy. And then when I know what that is, I just buy it.
Yeah, I know.
But I haven't really bought anything a lot. Like, I'm over.
Well, you don't need
stuff.
anything. You literally have so much stuff. Like, all the things that, I don't know. I mean, what would you even buy?
I don't know. I don't really buy much stuff anymore. I just spend my energy on, like, house projects and whatever I'm trying to accomplish. But I got a bunch of car parts over there. I just really want time to myself. I need to work on my car. Well,
you don't get that for a while until I start feeling better. You're not allowed to do anything.
Well, you're just as easy, just as difficult. You say you're easy to shop for, but you're not.
I like
you're
everything.
Not. You're lying.
I do.
You don't.
I like
because
everything.
If I was like, I got you this, you'd be like, I'm gonna return that. Like, no. You don't. You love purses.
Yeah.
Cool. If I went and I picked out a purse that I thought was like cute or pretty or cool or something, I'm like, oh yeah, Brandy's gonna love this. You'd be like, I would never wear that. Are you joking me right now? And then you'd go, you're like, I hope you kept the receipt or something like that.
I'm not that bratty.
I mean, you have your moments. Let's be honest.
I am picky with purses and shoes. I just know what I like.
Were you just about to say that you're right? You can say it.
No, but I do like, the thing is I like so many things. Like, you would never think to buy me just a cute sparkly cup. Like, I'm easy. You could get away with buying me something like this and you wouldn't have to buy me like a crazy purse.
I don't see that type of thing.
This is so cute.
Like, oh my gosh, Brandy would love this.
Why not? I like everything with sparkles.
I know you probably would, but I look past that stuff. And to me, it's just like, it's another cup. It's like a $20 thing kicking around that I have to clean out of your car.
It's so cute though. Like, I'm obsessed with it.
Sparkly, shiny stuff gets your attention.
Yeah. And I like what kind of, you're lucky because I'm not into jewelry. I just like cocktail rings, like costume jewelry. So I'm not like, you don't need to go out and buy me diamonds and stuff. So you're lucky because some girls love like a nice, diamond bracelet. I would not wear that. I'm down with a cute Kendra Scott ring and you know that. So I don't know why it's so difficult for you.
I just don't know what's cute, I guess, because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like, give me all the black. I'm so bad with it. I'm terrible. So that's usually what happens is like, yeah, you buy yourself some gifts, I'll buy myself some gifts, and we'll make the kids happy and whatever. We're terrible at gifts. Birthday presents, what'd you get me for my birthday? Probably nothing. We're so bad. Both of us. Me and you. I'm just as bad.
I'm sure I got you something. I'm not a monster.
No, you're a donkey. Ay. Anyways.
I probably let you go do something.
Not in June. We were on quarantine. I don't even
know what we did for your birthday.
Probably not much. Maybe we made some pizza or something. I don't know. My second favorite thing. I don't know. Yeah, you know what? I need some time.
I probably bought you some undies.
You know what? That's what I need is some damn time. Okay? That's what I want for Christmas. I need to go shoot. I got a lot of guns to shoot.
Okay, you're stressing me out right now because We'll talk
For some
about
time?
Yeah.
Girl, stop. I got the NSX.
I need time. I literally don't have a second to myself ever. Okay, because I'm home
You're
24/7
home all day, laying in bed doing nothing.
with the kids. Like I literally, thank God they go to school 2 days a week now. But I mean,
Yeah.
don't talk to me about time.
No, I'm picking. I know you are a very busy person. I don't discount that at all because when I'm home, like yesterday with the kids for like an hour, I'm like, holy crap. Mostly because we're in the thick of it with the holidays and I have 400 million things to make sure that happen. And then when I can't do that, I freak out. It becomes difficult. Anyways, moving on. I'm expecting a fantastic Christmas present. And that's like a month.
You said you bought the boat, so that was your Christmas present. You said that was like your birthday present, your Christmas present, your Easter present.
Travis, does that sound like something I would have
your
said?
4th of July present.
Hey, I think you're putting words in my mouth.
You didn't get me anything for 4th of July.
Yeah, I mean, dang. Yeah. So I've been trying to do a better job of what I've eating the last few days. How's that going, you think? I've been tracking my food intake, which
I think
is
that's
good.
awesome.
It gets me thinking more about what I'm eating, and it's tracking the calories for me, so I'm more aware. It's really crazy because you're like, oh, I didn't eat that much today. I had Chick-fil-A for lunch, and I had a slice of pizza for dinner, and I had some whatever for breakfast. And little do you know, it's like 3,000 calories.
Because it's Chick-fil-A pizza and like a donut. Probably.
I know, but you're like, it doesn't sound like a lot of food. You're like, I had a few chicken nuggets from Chick-fil-A, a few French fries, whatever, a slice of pizza. Like a slice of pizza is like 800 calories for like average slice of pizza. That's
really?
like half a day of food for me.
I think you're wrong. There's no way 800 calories for a slice of pizza.
I swear, I lost my marbles when I first started tracking this stuff last year. I was like, are you kidding me? Let's see. Anyways, keep talking. So this thing's got me budgeting somewhere around 1,800 calories a day in food, which is hard to stay under. I've been breaking it. I'm usually at like 2,000 calories, but I burn, like yesterday, I probably burned 2,500 calories. So like I need to eat. So I need to update the info on this app. I'm using the Lose It app for anybody that's listening who cares. I don't know where to find this stupid shit. I'm trying to find like past foods.
Can you just Google the calories of a slice of pizza?
Hey, don't tell me what to do.
That would be really easy right now.
My foods, pizza. A slice of pepperoni pizza. This thing's saying 620 calories, and that's a little more. That's from the Costco food court.
But
you mean Costco pizza is not healthy? How much is a Costco hot dog?
But
I don't know.
But my Moe's 3 tacos is only 225 calories. Like I eat those.
Are you serious?
All
That's it?
Day. Yeah, dude. Couple of chips, you know.
Yeah, but you got to look at the nutritional value of everything.
Let's not talk about. We're talking about calories right now, okay?
Okay.
Anyways. All right, I don't know. I got nothing else to talk about. I'm stretching here, reaching. I'm talking about food, and that's my least favorite topic, unless we're talking about cookies.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to Chick-fil-A they have new brownies now, apparently.
You're going just for a brownie?
Yes.
You're so pregnant.
I was about to, and I never buy stuff everything I'm eating, it's fun because I'm just like getting whatever I want. But I usually only have like a couple bites of anything. So it's not like, because I'm still losing weight. So
yeah, good for you. You look like
so
a rock star. At least I'm do I look pregnant? I'm like, no.
Well, I always lose weight in the beginning because I feel like I'm eating a lot, but really I just eat a couple bites here and there, and then I feel sick. So
yeah. Speaking of food, this is a great segue. What are some of the crazy cravings you've had? Things that are like you think are normal or weird or strange? Like I don't know why I was
thinking about this today. Everything that I'm eating now that I want is things I liked before. Like I'm not eating anything I wouldn't normally eat. It's just I don't want everything that I ate before. Like I usually eat really healthy. Like I'm a good eater. Like I'm very good with fruits, vegetables, all that. And that's really been like not what I've been wanting to eat. Like, and I'm not even trying to like pressure myself at all to eat healthy right now because I'm just eating whatever I can to feel better. And that's just how it is in the first trimester for a lot of people. But I don't have any weird cravings. I'm just everything that like the tart cherry juice that you were laughing about. I've always liked tart cherry juice, and we always have it.
Seen it or heard
it.
it.
We've have it in the fridge all the time.
Never even seen it.
Well, okay,
And
but
then you sent me
I
to the
drink it all
store.
the time.
You sent me to the store to get tart cherry juice and pizza Lunchables.
Now I haven't eaten pizza Lunchables in years, and I started stealing Kendall's for breakfast to eat them for breakfast. For it was like a solid week and a half. I was eating them for breakfast, and now I can't even. The thought of eating pizza Lunchables is just disgusting. I can't believe I was eating those every day.
I mentioned it to Jade, and even Jade was like, "Yeah, those things are good." I was like,
I can't. They are. I mean, I used to love them when I was a kid, but anyway.
So
that was a little weird that I was eating those every day because I haven't eaten a Lunchable in years. But yeah, but nothing weird. I mean, I don't have weird cravings. I just don't like
it's just constantly you just want something different.
I just always need because I only feel good when I'm eating right now. Like I've noticed that because if I like one day I ate lunch at like 10:30, which I know is early, and then I realized at like 5 I hadn't eaten at all. And I don't know why, because it's not like I was purposely not eating. I just I don't know if I was busy. And then my stomach started hurting so bad. And I was like, why does my stomach hurt so bad? And I realized it had been so long since I ate anything and I just had to eat. So I I have to eat. I just have to eat constantly to feel like.
And something different. Like you're not going to eat the same thing. You're going to eat
no,
something
and that's what
then
sucks
switch
right
gears,
now
and then switch gears and then.
Because before I could buy I love the food from Saigon Cafe, but it's 2 meals for me worth of food. Like one meal is I could eat 2 meals out of it. But now it's I eat 1 meal out of it and I cannot even, there's no way I'll eat it the next day or even the day after that. So it just gets wasted. So it just sucks because I feel like I waste so much food right now, but I just can't eat the same thing twice right now.
That's unfortunate.
And it's really hard dinner time. I don't really eat dinner though. I eat just whatever.
Yeah.
Because dinner food is just kind of gross right now to me. I don't know.
Well, and that's where we're at, folks.
Yeah.
That's where we're at. The struggles.
I just can't wait till I actually crave something and want to eat it every day. I hope I get there. I don't remember.
Me too.
I don't remember with the other two how that worked. But yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
We'll see.
All right. Something about what I just said sounded like Gerald Undone. All right. I'm done. Anyways, crazy YouTube guy. He's hilarious. Guys, thanks for listening and watching and all the things. Leave your likes, ratings, comments, reviews, and anything else I forgot to mention. I would greatly appreciate it. Oh, subscribe too. Make sure you do that. If you want to see more behind the scenes craziness of what we got going on, there is a YouTube channel with videos of that. I'll make sure there's a link in the description for this podcast. You can go check that out. Otherwise, thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode. Brandy, thanks for coming.
Bye.
Bye.